All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that technical difficulty. I don't know what happened. I had my mic working, and then when I started the stream, didn't work. Sorry about that. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And this market, I had my live stream on Friday, and I went over what I thought would happen. Um, Hope that helped anybody out. A lot of my levels were right on the money. I did some shorts too that covered that as well on YouTube. Um, I had some short trades that I put on. I put some ratio puts on the indexes. I had a short in the futures, which worked out pretty good based on what I was talking to you guys about on the stream. So all worked out. Um, Still in some of those shorts. So worked out. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that if you watched it. Today I'm gonna maybe do a little different. Today is Columbus Day. Banks are closed. Bond market's closed. So I should expect a little lower volume today. Um, and let's get into just what the current market's doing. Go to my watch list. All right, so one thing that I noticed is the VIX jumped up 4%. It gapped up. It's at 32.64. That's pretty significant. That's probably because the news coming. There's news coming down the pipeline that are very important. We got PPI, we got CPI, and we have FOMC minutes. Okay, so I'm only going to assume that those are being priced in, the volatility that's going to come this week. And there's earnings towards the end of the week, but those are the big players this week. And the dollar's up. You can see the dollar's up here. Let's see. The TNX is up. The Russell is up a little bit. The Dow's up a little bit. Let's see. ES is flat. NQ is down 0.16. Bonds being sold, which hence is TNX is up. Crude is down. Bitcoin, Ethereum's down. Gold's down, and silver's down, basically because the dollar's up. And I'll just go over some leaders and laggers real quickly. Amazon looks like, and Netflix seem to be, and this is not a lot of strength, 0.22%, 0.17%. And then the bottom we have Nvidia, BABA, and AMD. AMD's getting hammered. As far as the top sector stocks I have, Twitter, obviously with Elon Musk purchasing them at I think a $54 per stock price, which is driving that up higher. UPS and JP Morgan. And then the laggards, we'll look at Roblox, which is not down too much. Exxon, and then Procter and Gamble, which is the staples largest holding in the XLP sector, is down 1.10%. And just the sectors overall, strength we have is in financials, industrials, healthcare, and the bottom is tech, energy, and semiconductors. So that's what we're looking at. All right, that's what we're looking at. Um, let's go over to this SPY chart, the daily chart. We all know what happened. Large selling day. We actually gapped it down into a gap. So, which is sometimes hard to read, but there was, we opened here and we already had a gap. So, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy market, right? And of course, what I went over in the live stream was employment improved. Unemployment went down. Very bad. Okay. And we added jobs in non-farm payrolls. Again, not good. All right. So that's why I expected down movement, and we actually gapped into a gap, and then we went gapped low, and then we went lower. So it was a crazy day. A lot of longs got liquidated. So I mean, let's go over to the Qs. Qs actually weaker. They actually almost went down to the lows already. So they were weaker, all right, than the SPY. Let's go into the Russell, or let's go to the Dow. The Dow is still not at the lows. Okay, and the Russell still not at the lows either. Okay, so right now the weakest index is the Nasdaq. Not surprising, with bond yields rising, right? Tech sector always gets hammered. Okay, so today everybody knows why we went down. All right, employment numbers were bad. We're good for a normal economy, but bad for this economy because that just means the Fed's going to hike farther and longer. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into this week's upcoming news. So we'll take a look at that. Give me one sec while I pull that up. And there's a couple things we need to look at. All right, so today's a bank holiday. Okay, you can see that here. And then what do we have going on here? I wouldn't say, we have a Fed speaker today, actually, Brainerd. We have a couple Fed Mester tomorrow, but all right, that's not really the big ones. Okay, once we get into Wednesday, once we get into Wednesday, we have PPI at 8:30, month over month, core PPI, PPI. Okay, producer price index. Obviously, that has a lot to do with inflation. That's big, but that's not like the monster number like CPI, right? The consumer price index. So, but on that day as well, we have FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. So we'll get the minutes from the FOMC meeting when they raised the rates the last time. That is a market mover. Okay, that is very important. Okay, moving on. On Thursday is the big one. We get the CPI at 8:30. That is really big. That is a market mover. We're expecting, let's see here, we're expecting 8.1. Yeah, we're expecting 8.1. So that if that's hot, this number goes to 8.3, man, we're gonna go down. If it's better, 7.9 or something like that, we could get a bump in the market. Okay, that might be the medicine the market needs, but who knows? We don't know that yet, right? So that's the news I just wanted to cover. Now I wanted to show a couple things about why the market's going down, what's happening, and really quickly we can go into the assets. This is the balance sheet for the Fed, right? You can see these incrementals selling, right, off their balance sheet, right? You can see it, but check this out. Look at this drop. Boom. That's huge. And this is September 14th. And that just, look at that, September 21st, September 28th, and that's October 5th. That's a very steep, that's ramping up quantitative tightening. Okay? That is they're starting to really reduce the balance sheet here, which is obviously probably make bond yields go higher, and then selling, clearing the balance sheet. So this is why, right? This is going on, and it's hard that the market's going to move just up from all this, right? When the Fed's tightening, that's bearish for the market, right? They always say don't fight the Fed, right? Now on top of that, okay, if we look at the that's a piece of the puzzle, right? If we look at the rate, you know, hikes, FOMC rate hikes, which we have two left for the year, okay? Right now, the current rate, let's say it's 3, okay? We're expecting a 75 basis point rate hike, basically 79, let's call it 80%, that we're going to get a 75% basis point rate hike on November 2nd. This number wasn't that high before. It was looking at 50. But now with these employment numbers, it's now looking at like 79, 80% that we're going to get a 75 point basis hike. So those CPI numbers are so crucial that if they need to get soft for this market to have some legs for the Santa Claus rally. So I just wanted to show that. Okay, I think it's very important. Okay, so hope everybody can see, like, these are little things that are happening in the market that are, like, obviously not good for the market. Okay, but the CPI can change all that. The CPI on Thursday can change all that. And that might change this number here to go down to maybe 50, which would be bullish, right? So that's very important. I wanted to point that out. All right, now we can just get into the futures. Just to show everybody what's going on. All right. Let's get this position right for everybody to see. Alrighty. Okay. So currently the market is bouncing. Okay. So price is right here. ES is at 36.55. Okay. Now you guys know I track most traded prices, right? So, and I track them in two ways: 24 hours, which is the overnight, and the real-time trading hours, and I just track the real-time trading hours, which is like the most volume. Okay, so the most traded price of the month for 24 hours is 36.50. That's where we're at right now, right? And the most traded price for the real-time trading hours, which is 9:30 to 4:15, is around 36.70. They're very close to each other. Okay, so I would just combine these levels. This is our line in the sand right here, guys. Okay, right above this level. The key for the market today is, can we get over this level? That's going to be a big hurdle. It's a very big hurdle. Okay, right now this is the most traded price right here, 36.53 on Friday. Price is right around that right now. Okay, so it's above right now the most traded price on Friday, right? So there's going to be some shorts here. Could they get a little squeezed up into here? Probably. And this is the real test. Okay, so obviously the employment numbers came out, and we just like gapped. Here's the gap area right here. That's the gap. Okay, and then we push low. Didn't have many pullbacks. Okay, so now like I just showed you, right? Let's look at that composite profile, right? So right now, there we go, right? And you can see majority of the value is higher. I mean, it's very easily to see that. Okay, so what needs to happen is, if we can't break this level and we can kind of maybe build out volume here and move this most traded price up here, down here, that would then set up a move lower. Okay, now this week's kind of crazy with the news. Okay, but we're free and clear kind of Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's PPI, and FOMC minutes. So I'd say today and tomorrow will like set up what happens. Okay, so a lot of people could be waiting on those news. Okay, I don't know how much big moves will happen until then. So just be mindful of that. Okay, and that most traded price of the week is 37.69 and say 37.95. So picture this here is the most traded price of the week, and this here is the most traded price of the month. Now for the near term, value is higher, right? Up here. The long term value is down here. But for the near term, like I said, if we can't get above here, we can start building volume, bringing these levels down here to match. Okay? Because remember, price always moves from the highest volume, high volume node to high volume node. That's how it works. Okay? Let's move on to the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ, okay, in the real-time trading hours, in the real-time trading hours, here's the most traded price of the month and the week, and that level is, let's call it 11600. Okay, that's a line in the sand. Now we also have another level for the extended hours, the 24 hours, is 11400 right here. So just call this area the bull bear. Okay, first defense is here at 114. Can price get up to this? It's going to be very hard. And then can it get up to here? Right, price is here right now at 111.22. Okay, got a lot of work to do. Okay, here's the gap, big gap. That's the gap right here. That's the big gap lower. Okay, so in the NASDAQ too, most traded price right here, 110.95, call it 111, and price is getting above it right now. Okay, so you have a lot of shorts here. Maybe now a poor location. Okay, but we have to see what happens. Okay, and we can just clearly look at the profile here. Okay, we don't have volume built out here yet. Again, same thing as the ES. Can we bring this down here? If we do, bearish. Okay, first line of defense is 114 and the gap. Not saying we get up there. I'm just saying that's a flip of a script that could happen. Okay. All right, let's move on to the 60-minute futures charts. Give me one sec while I pull that up. Alrighty, let's go into these 60-minute futures charts. Okay, so we can see price couldn't go lower overnight, and now this level of 3650 that I had as resistance just got broken here. That was like a resistance for a bunch of like 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, and now that's been broken. Okay, how high does this go? I don't know, but the next resistance level is 3694 right here. Okay, and then we have our gap here, and this level 3717 as resistance. So I would look at 3694 as a key level to look at, and this gap. And the gap, let me just get the bottom of the gap, is 37, call 3712, 3711. Okay. So this is, you had obviously a bear flag. Now, these shorts had the cover, they had poor location overnight. So now, can we get the shorts from on Friday to get squeezed? I'm not sure, right? Now, what could happen, if you think about it psychologically, if own the stock, let's say you didn't get a chance to sell your stock because you got scared and the market closed, you could wake up and go, oh man, I have a chance now to sell it at a higher price to get out. That's also what could happen today. So it could be a little like, okay, good, I got the bounce I wanted, now I'm out. Possibly. Okay, possibly could happen. Also, what I could always envision future looking a pattern. We could have a shoulder here. Okay, we could have this could be the head. If we come back, build another shoulder, and then have a neckline here, that could be the next move lower. But a lot of this is hard to say, right? Because of what's coming up, the news coming up. I'm in shorts from Friday, but that's from Friday. That's from before the big move. I got in before the big move happened lower, so I'm okay with that. But as far as like thinking to put a trade on today for the end of the week, why would I do that? I don't know what's going to happen with the minutes, with the PPI, the CPI. I have no clue. So today, this week's day trading for me. It's strictly going to be day trades. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq. All right. So Nasdaq, we have a similar story. This was resistance for the overnight, 110.85. This got broken just now, but then there's a double top here, resistance 111.33. Can we break this? Maybe, right? There's not going to be much resistance here. This is kind of a straight shot down. Okay, we have a supply zone here too. So the next resistance level is 112.85. Okay, so really the key is, can we break 113? If we can't, then we're going to go back down. These longs will then have to cover. Okay, here's the gap. Big gap. All right, huge one. That level, the bottom of the gap, it's another important level. That is 113.51. So we have our roadblocks, right? So I'll just reiterate it. Here's the first resistance, 111.33, first roadblock. Then we have a supply zone. Then we have 112.85.75, and then we have the bottom of the gap. Not saying we get to those, but those would be level and level and level, which you would be like, okay, we broke that level. Can we get to the next level? That's how the market works, right? All right. want to end it off with the zoomed in market profile chart and give some scenarios that I was looking at. All right. Pretty, you can see already what's happening right now. Okay. So I've pointed this out many times, but this is why I like the volume profile, right? So you can see here overnight, everybody here was short. What's happening now? They're getting squeezed. Okay. Where are we coming? Where are we coming? Look at this turquoise box. That's the most traded price of the month. We just hit it, and look, we're already getting selling. You can't make that up, right? Why those levels are there? Why do I track them? We're already getting selling. It literally nipped it. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. I hope everybody sees that. All right, oil just opened. I probably should have. I started late, which I usually like to trade oil. Oil just opened right here. Keeping my eye on that. Okay, so make it very easy for everybody today. All right, we already know 36.70. Most traded price of the month is a wall. Okay, so this is how that's gonna go. We still have shorts here. Here's volume here, right? So if we can open up and take this out and hold it, and we can at least go here, well, we're going to start to squeeze these shorts, and we should make it up to 36.94 and test this level. Okay, now we're in this level as I'm speaking. Okay, so this is really important to look out for. And 36.94 is going to go two ways. We can break it, and we can start to hit the top, the top of the highs from Friday and the bottom of the gap. Okay, that's 37.17 as well. And this would be a pretty nice move. And then can you go higher? Not likely, or we drop back, right? That's the scenario for, like, if we're gonna break those key levels, right? But we have to break this level. This is gonna be not easy. The most traded price of the month is not an easy level to break. Okay, so if we can come up here, can't break it, that's when we can come back through. Okay, and now guess what? We got longs here. We got longs here. We're gonna take those longs out from the overnight, and then we can start making our way down again. And maybe we just come down here and we balance. Okay, just because we have big news coming, I don't know if big moves in store. I would lean towards not big moves happening. I'd lean towards it, but we don't know what news can come out prior. I'm just saying, okay? So this is the easiest thing. 36.70 is our key. We hold above it, probably going higher. We can't make it. We can't make above it and hold it. We're probably going lower. It doesn't mean lower breaking breaking all these lows. Okay, that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with, because that's how important this level is. 36.70. Above it and hold it, we're going higher. Can't get above it, we're going lower. Okay. Let's move over to the Nasdaq. Finish this off. Okay. Price is at 111.24 right now, right here. Okay, same thing. Squeezing the shorts a little bit. Okay. Now, same thing here. I'm going to use this supply zone. Okay, because remember, NQ is going to feed off the ES2. So even though this level is not in the NQ, it's still going to affect the Nasdaq too. Okay, so this will drive my trades in the Nasdaq as well. But I'm going to use this supply zone for the line in the sand here. So again, if we come into this supply zone, okay, and we get up to the 112.85 level, if we do, okay, we're squeezing these shorts. And then if we squeeze them, we could possibly hit the bottom of the gap, which I talked about, and possibly go to the highs of Friday. But if we can't get through this supply zone, probably going back, okay, and I can see us balancing out here, okay, and that all has to do with what the ES does with this level, 3670. All has to do with this level, okay? It's going to drive my mindset, my bias today. Hold above it. I want to be long if I see opportunities, right? So that's the supply zone in the NQ. That's the supply zone in the NQ right here, okay? Go above it, we possibly could start hitting the gap. Do we go higher? I don't know. But that will be a short-term bullish, okay? Can't hold it, we fall back. Simple as that. I'm not going to go into any more intricacy than that. Hope that helped everybody. That's how I'm going to look at the market today. 3670, most traded price of the month in the ES. That's the line in the sand today. All right, that's the line in the sand. That's going to determine what happens today. All right, hope everybody has a good day. Please give me a like, comment, share with your trading friends. I apologize again for my mic not working earlier. It was just this time I'm glad I checked. I didn't do a whole stream with no sound. So hopefully people still made it to my stream today, and I wish everybody good luck today. I'm not expecting much today. Now, just I'll show you guys one thing before I go, because of what today is. Columbus Day, no banks, no bond markets closed. So let's go to this one chart here. And I'm not on the chart I want to. Here we go. All right. Just giving you guys an example here of volume today so far in the pre-market, in the overnight. We're at 85% in the ES. 85%. So that's 15% lower than the normal volume over the last 20 days. Mainly probably because the banks are closed. Okay. NQ is 96%, a little more, a little below what we've been doing. Okay, that's expected. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Okay, sorry I just interrupted. I just wanted to show everybody, don't expect much today. Okay, it could happen. I mean, maybe I'm just saying probability wise. Okay, so anyway, everybody have a good day. Hope you stay green today. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning. Okay, take it easy.